Hour of death. Without preparation. Agony of passing away. BD0826 from March 24, 1939, taken from book number 17. In the middle of life, man begins to think about questions relating to his bodily end. During this time, he is haunted by thoughts of a sudden end. He tries to avoid them at first, and yet he will always listen to them. It is like a constant urging to keep these questions in mind. It is like a continuous admonition to remember his end and to take a stand on it. Every moment the spiritual power uses to remind the human being of this, and it is truly only beneficial for the soul to pay attention to such thoughts. An unnoticed moment can already bring existence on earth to an end, and no one has the power to prolong his own life on earth by 1 hour when the time of his passing has come. And therefore everyone should be prepared to give up earthly life at any time in order to enter the eternal kingdom. He should consciously concern himself with his continuation of life after death. He should adjust his earthly life such that it is completely in harmony with his earthly task and thus is only a time of preparation for the actual life in the beyond. If he constantly checks himself as to whether his earthly life corresponds to the divine commandments, if he makes it his business to serve the Creator of heaven and earth, if he always seeks contact with him and thus consciously prepares himself and works on his soul, then the thought of death will not frighten him. He will find it rather pleasant and learn to regard the hour of death as the hour of liberation from the body shackles. People, on the other hand, who fearfully ward off every thought of it or who let the admonitions pass by completely indifferent, will indeed sometimes have an easy earthly life because they will not bother themselves with anything that could shake them out of their calm. They will live straight into the day without any sense of responsibility. They will also never impose any restrictions on themselves for the sake of a possible continuation of life. They will reject everything that is held up to them as a task in life. Yet with the approach of death they will fall into a dreadful restlessness and then get to taste all the horrors of it in full, if they have not previously been made accessible to other thoughts through a long time of suffering. The hour of death will not be welcome to them. They still cling to earthly life with all the fibers of their being and do not desire to exchange it for another because they are not prepared for it in the slightest. But the hour of separation comes for all, and often unforeseen. An unprepared person feels all the agonies of passing away, and his end is truly not enviable. And yet, every person has it in his own hands to make this hour an hour of salvation if he always lives his earthly life in such a way that he need not fear the responsibility. That he can return his life to the Father in heaven at any hour with the childlike trust of finding his mercy and his love, because this earthly life was lived in constant contact with him. Amen.